Need a last-minute Valentine's cake topper? I have an idea. Let's get your wafer paper ready and make a beautiful wafer paper heart-shaped topper for your Valentine's cake. To make this design, you will need wafer paper, a craft punch. I'm using 1.5 inches, a piece of printer paper, a pair of scissors, and my wafer paper glue. The recipe is in the description. So I have my cake here, and I want my cake topper to be on the top 3 tiers in a heart shape. I'm going to take a piece of paper, okay, so something like this, starting here, and width-wise, I probably wanted to have it about this size. So let's make it a heart. I'm folding my paper in half and just cutting a heart shape. But because it's a last minute idea and I wanted to save a little bit of time, I'm going to make a wreath, another full heart design. I'm thinking about something like this. And to make sure that my decorations will stick to my fondant cake, I'm going to cut the same design out of wafer paper to attach it to a cake. But because my cake is tiered, I'm going to cut straight lines to separate these pieces of template and attach them to my cake. And I'm using piping gel, so I will apply a small amount of piping gel on the back side and place it onto my cake. Smoothing everything out, making sure I don't have any air bubbles and my wafer paper is stuck to my fondant. Let's start with making our decorations. I will take a piece of wafer paper, fold it in half, and with the help of a craft punch, I will cut as many circles as I can. Okay, now is the fun part. I have my circles and I need to fold them in half. I take 2 to 3 pieces of wafer paper at the same time to speed up the process. Now we will need our wafer paper glue to assemble our decorations together. And wafer paper glue is basically just wafer paper scraps melted in water, and I put it in the microwave until it becomes this clear gel-like consistency. And I'm going to create 2 different designs with my half spheres. First, I will take about 10 pieces of wafer paper and put them together like this. And I will take my wafer paper glue and apply on the back side. Then I will press my wafer paper onto my table, making sure I'm creating even line with enough wafer paper glue to hold it together. So for the next option, I will put a few pieces of wafer paper side by side and apply wafer paper glue here in the middle. And now all we need to do is to stick them together. So we have this design, kind of like a little leaf, and we have this design that we can unfold and create a semi-sphere rounded decoration like this. And because we have our wafer paper base, wafer paper sticks with wafer paper very easily when using wafer paper glue. So I'm applying a small amount of wafer paper glue on the back side and just sticking it somewhere here. And I am alternating my shapes and placements to make sure that the design looks full and proportional, but not exactly symmetrical, because I still wanted to have dimension, movement, and visual interest on this cake topper, even though it's very simple to make. So I added just a few last touches to create this gorgeous, fluffy wafer paper heart cake topper. But I'm thinking about maybe adding some sparkle or maybe gold initials for something like this, for a style like this. So you have a lot of options how to use this technique on a lot of different cakes. And don't forget to download my free acetonic recipe for the wafer paper conditioner and wafer paper glue, so you can make not just decorations but also flowers and foliage using my wafer paper conditioning method.